If you just landed here for the first time and you're looking at this time lapse wondering why a leadership account is sorting through collage supplies, welcome. This is Ripple Effect Leadership, and one of the things I teach is how to take creative resets before you burn out. This is that. Hey, Ripple Makers, I'm Janik, founder of Ripple Effect Leadership. If you're an entrepreneur who has the vision but is still figuring out the plan, you're in the right place. Leadership, creativity, and strategy for entrepreneurs who want to build something intentional, that's what we do here. So let's get into it. I just wrapped up another 3-day Ripple Reset, 3 days of live online sessions where I taught entrepreneurs how to do a full glorified brain dump and actually organize what came out of it, how to tackle an overwhelming inbox, and how to protect their time and energy going into summer. And yes, I am aware of the absolute poetry of being exhausted after teaching a session on energy management. I see you, universe. Very funny. But here's the thing. I didn't just wing this event. I planned it weeks in advance. My email sequences were batched and scheduled last month. Registration pages, welcome emails, day of reminders, replay emails, all of it done before the event even started. I repurposed content I already had. I protected my mornings, which is the best time for me doing my deep work. I paced myself as much as a solo business owner running a live 3-day event possibly can. And by day 3, I hit the wall anyway, right on schedule, like clockwork. But here's what's different now compared to the first time I ran this event a couple of years ago. The wall used to hit a couple of days before day 1. Now it waits until day 3. Woohoo! Progress. And I genuinely believe that's because the systems I've built, the batching, the planning, the preparing ahead are actually working. It's just that even the best systems can't fully prepare you for the particular kind of exhaustion that comes from being on, especially for an online event. Present, engaged, energetic, holding space for other people in real time, watching the chat, reading the room, launching poll questions, adjusting on the fly, and doing it all with a smile while also trying to remember if you hit record. Spoiler, I panicked about that on day 3, about 10 minutes into the session, those 3 seconds of, oh my God, but I did hit record, so we're good. Before the pandemic, I would have called myself a full extrovert. Since then, I've landed somewhere in the middle, an ambivert, someone who generally loves people and connection, but also needs real recovery time afterward. And I think a lot of people can relate to that shift. I love running these events. I love watching someone have a light bulb moment in the chat. I love the community that shows up and the messages I get after each session. And I'm still tired. You might even hear it in my voice right now. And honestly, I thought about that when I decided to do a voiceover this week instead of being on camera. And then I thought, actually, this is the most honest version of this video I could make because this is real. This is what it looks like to keep going, keep building, keep iterating, and still be human at the end of it. So I want to talk about iteration for a second, actually, because I think it's one of the most underrated parts of building a business. This was not my first Ripple Reset. And every single time I run it, something gets better. The slides get tighter, the pace feels more natural, the content lands more clearly. I'm getting repeat attendees who come back because they remember the inbox reset from last time and wanted more, and I'm getting more sales. People are building trust with me over time, and I'm building trust with myself over time too. That doesn't happen without showing up, even when the launch felt harder than you expected, even when you're sitting on a Saturday doing a voiceover instead of being on camera because you genuinely have nothing left for the lens right now. You keep going anyway, not by pushing through, but by knowing what you need and actually giving yourself permission to do it. So here's where practicing what I teach actually gets tested. On day 3 of the reset, we talked about protecting your energy, not just your time, about knowing what fills you up and what drains you, about building a rhythm that works for your actual life, not some perfect version of it. And I know without question that fills me back up. Creativity, making something with my hands, getting off a screen and into a flow state where my brain can finally just breathe. And I want to be specific about what this creative reset actually looks like today because I'm not collaging. Well, not yet. What you're actually watching is the organizing phase, sorting into themes. And I've learned that for me, this phase is its own kind of reset, and I love it. I've spent the last few weeks in full creation mode, slides, taking notes, emails, Instagram reels, carousels. My brain has been producing nonstop, so the last thing I need right now is to make something else. What I need is to sort, to organize, to handle things with my hands without any pressure to produce a finished result. And this organizing phase has taken on a whole new meaning lately because I'm now curating collage envelopes through my creative sister brand, Creating Ripples Co., which you can find on Instagram. Shameless plug. So this isn't just a reset, it's also quietly, slowly filling a creative well that's going to feed into something else entirely. That's what a good reset does. It doesn't just restore you, it plants something new. So that's what this weekend is, a creative reset. Not a day off, not avoiding the work, just choosing the kind of work that fills the tank back up so I can show up fully for the week ahead. This is a leadership decision. This is me knowing myself well enough to know what I need and actually giving myself permission to do it. That second part, the permission part, is usually the hardest. And I want to be really honest with you about something else. I start planning my 3-day ripple resets earlier every single time because I know that by day 3, no matter how well I've prepared, I'm going to feel like this. And every time I get a little better at building in recovery, and every time I still underestimate it a little bit. And I think that's important to say out loud, especially coming from someone who teaches this stuff, because a lot of what I share is about planning ahead, batching your work, protecting your energy, building systems that actually support your life. And all of that generally helps. It makes the exhaustion more manageable. It makes the recovery faster. It means I'm not completely starting from scratch every time. But it does not make you immune to the wall of hitting that wall. It just means you know what to do when you hit it. If you take one thing from this video, I want it to be this. Keep going, keep trying, keep iterating. Every time you show up, even imperfectly, you are building something. You're building trust with your audience, you're building your skills, and you're building momentum. And the systems you put in place, the batching, the planning, the preparing ahead, those aren't just productivity tools. They are what make it possible to keep going without burning out completely. They are what push the wall from day 1 to day 3. But even with the best systems in the world, you are still going to need a reset sometimes. And knowing what that looks like for you and actually giving yourself permission to do it without guilt, that's not a sign that you're struggling. That's a sign that you know yourself, and that is one of the most important things you can build as a solo business owner. And it means that you're actually leading yourself. This is what self-leadership is all about. If you want support building that, links to connect are in the description. I'd love to hear what you're working on. And before you go, drop a comment and let me know, what does your creative reset look like? I'm always looking for new ideas. And if this video resonated with you, give it a like and subscribe so I can reach more kick-ass entrepreneurs just like you. Peace out, Ripple Maker.